Just that.
Half your wallet size.
You guys are gonna need another board.
You're gonna need a,
Yeah. Gotta put mom space somewhere.
or the new millennium.
Yeah.
She got little green things on.
Oh, it's just a little cold.
We're here when you're going
Tom, when you go in for your picture, can I recommend a JCPenney photo shoot?
What about that, then? Thank you very much.
Slowly over the shoulder.
She wakes up, she will have to.
Thank you.
Okay, the background, yeah. Yeah,
Fireplace.
Right. using like a candy cane as a.
Oh. Thank you, Sue.
I've been singing the soundtrack here all day.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's year-end meeting. We welcome you, and those who are at home, may we start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Introductions, if I may: David Haas, Eric Wolver, June Butler, Frank Zizi, Katie Powers, Adrian Goyer, and Susan Horton. And we welcome everyone.
The audit committee has reviewed the bills and found them good to be paid.
Thank you very much, David. Do I have a motion to accept the audit committee's report?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. I'll second. All those in favor of accepting the audit committee's reporting on the bills? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Thank you. Next item up on the agenda is the public comment period. If there's any member of the public in attendance who cares to comment, please step right up to the podium. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Okay, next item we have the town clerk minutes. First one is from our December 12th regular town board meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review it? And is there any questions on any of the notes from the December 12th meeting?
I move that we accept the December 12th minutes.
Thank you very much.
I'll second. Okay.
June? Thank you, June. All those in favor of accepting the December 12th minutes as posted?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Next item up is the December 19th emergency meeting minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
I make a motion that we accept the December 19th minutes.
Thank you. Thanks. Seconded. All those in favor?
Oh, abstain.
3 ayes,
I'll abstain too.
2 abstentions. Thank you. Have not received any new correspondence, a couple of Christmas cards, but that's all we have right now to talk about, correspondence. Okay, next item up in discussion item, next item is discussion items and proposed obligation of unallocated ARPA funds. Okay. All right, the next item up And that'll be brought up into the active action session. Next item up, budget transfers. All right, the first three items on there was to correct the situation that I had created on in reference to Kara S. And the next item on the account contractual, that was to finish off paying Betsy the new rate that we had approved during the year. And then items 5 and 6 were minor corrections to split payrolls. And the seventh item in code enforcement, that was the same deal there. Street lighting, that was a situation because of a delayed bill from 2020, billing from 2023, which caused the overage in the account there. We did boost the account from 19 to 21,000 for going into 2025, and that should be sufficient for that. And then the hospital medical insurance was a little situation from, and this was just on the town hall account, not the highway account. That was a situation regarding billing correction from 2023. And then I made an error in allocating funds to general account that should have been going against the highway at one time. So that was the explanation on the budget transfers. And again, my apologies on items number 1 through 3 of my error. And next item, we have resolution, we have to amend the water budget in order to, there's money in the checking account just to add money to the purchase line, water purchase line in the water budget by $45,662 in order to handle a late bill that we just received from Troy in December that supposedly they had sent out in January.
Did we ever find out what happened with that?
I called Troy and it was told it was on our errand, and it was a new clerk there, and they didn't think of sending us a reminder, especially when we made that one payment in July to them. And it didn't dawn on that person to inquire why we didn't include that 45 when we paid 80 or 90,000 back in July on the bill that they had sent. And there was no note on the bill that they had sent us in July about, hey, there's a past due balance. Please contact us.
The money is existing in the water budget?
That's where we're transferring the money into the water budget. It's in a checking account now.
Oh, sorry. Gotcha.
And that's why we're amending the water 2024 water budget to make that additional 45,000, more than 45,000 is sitting in the water budget right now to utilize to pay that bill.
So the water department has their own checking account?
They have, okay, we have to set up a separate water account, just as we have to set up for water number 1. That's been there for a while, and then water district number 2, when that comes in line, that'll be a separate account also.
So the checking account you're talking about is water only?
Yes, sir, for water number 1 only.
Are we gonna have this problem again in 2025? Or did we budget for that 2 months ago?
It may be close in 2025. We're double checking now to make, checking see if there's leakage and so, we're starting to go through and review to see if we can find leak and so on to adjust figures that come through.
Can I add a related, just thinking about, where the reconciliation is and where the bookkeeping is, would it make sense to have a workshop in January if we have all the numbers and actually just review 2024 budget versus actual?
We can try and do that.
I was
If
thinking-
not in January or February, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We
but
can
not,
do it in the spring.
I don't want to do it in September, October. I'd like to do it now so we have a chance to understand everything that happened and we can, be a little bit ahead of the game for budgeting for 2026.
Yes, sir.
You want to compare 24 to 25?
Budget versus actual.
Budget versus actual for 2024,
Once we have the numbers.
once we have the numbers. So but I'm assuming we should have those numbers.
I have those
January
numbers I can
report.
send. After I enter these bills that we signed tonight, I can send out my Excel sheet and it'll have.
No, we don't want Excel, it's from QuickBooks.
Yeah, it should be just a
Okay.
P&L for the year
Like we
and
had
then
asked
a budget,
before.
just so that
We were supposed to-
everybody in the town is aware of what we budgeted and what we spent, that's all.
Because we haven't had the profit and loss since Michelle was here. We didn't get from Tiffany. We asked, for every quarter at least, if we weren't going to get it monthly. We didn't get that, and we haven't gotten it yet, so excellent idea.
I just feel like we could use that, and then we have the whole year but we have 6 months of time to digest that and get ready for next year, that's all.
I'll do my damnedest, Mr. Frank. Thank you.
We normally pay Troy twice a year for water, is that right? Or is that my memory? I don't remember.
That's what I was going back and forth trying to figure out, and that's what happened, that's how I found out about this January bill that we didn't get, and we didn't have this January bill. So it was high with my mouse, that's how we got it.
But the money that we're taking is still from within the water district?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. All right, I was, okay, the next item up is on the union contract. The union had a vote today and did approve the contract with the memo of agreement and tried to get the memo of agreement in the contract and everybody, so everybody can review it. And we'll have a formal vote on it on the 9th, so that everybody gets a chance to go through it, instead of me trying to push it through.
So you're not voting on it tonight?
I would like to vote on it tonight, DJ, but, it's up, the board can talk, we can talk out loud. I'd like to vote on it, but I want to make sure people have had a chance to at least read the memo of agreement and to make sure that they understand what they're voting on.
Yeah, that's all great and said, but you delaying that means that your highway guys aren't gonna get any of their pay raises or contract benefits January 1 like the rest of the town's gonna get. The guys that were out Saturday, handling an ice storm for everybody, and the guys that are gonna be out plowing snow are gonna be the last to get their pay raise, because we waited till the last minute to sign a contract. So you not voting on that tonight directly screws them.
I don't have a problem with it because Dave and I were involved in.
If 3 board members sit to negotiations, those are what you came up with. What are we waiting on? If Frank and Eric vote no tonight, it doesn't matter. You 3 negotiated on it. You 3 agreed with this contract that they signed today. Let them vote no. But that's disrespectful to your highway guys.
I'm okay to vote tonight.
We had a meeting with 3 town board members and didn't make it open to the public.
It's negotiations, every contract.
Actually,
Town supervisor?
I didn't go because it would have violated I went to one meeting.
Yeah, the negotiation.
Yeah.
The liaison, the town board member, usually one board member always goes as well.
I would like to vote on it tonight.
Apparently not. Just get it put it off to the night. I mean, the last meeting you had with the highway guys was in August, wasn't it, or September?
You could
No, we,
summarize for Frank and Eric what the key changes are. Because if there's not that many changes, it's the same, if 99% of it is the same as it was.
I already went through it with.
You already
DJ,
did?
yeah.
Okay,
So I'm good with it.
you're good with it? Okay. Would you summarize the key changes anyway?
yes, sir. Okay, the key changes, okay? There was a 2% increase effective January 1 from the current 2024 rate, which is showing on the page 1 of the memo of agreement, the various rates for the 4 different positions.
And then it's gonna
And
be
then
2% for the following year. and then
Effective
3%.
January 1, 2026, there will be an additional 2% pay increase. And then January 1, 2027, there will be a 3% pay increase. And then on the union and town will agree and look at the longevity pay scale. And listen to what complaints are and see if that can possibly be adjusted in any way, but that's up for negotiation.
But in the current contract as is written, there's no changes to
No,
that.
no changes. Okay, every bargaining unit member that is employed at the time of ratification of this agreement shall receive a lump sum ratification bonus, a one-time ratification bonus of $500. In the existing contract, it was $300, and it got changed to $500 to help push it across. And then on the protective shoe winter gear reimbursement, we offered to go up to $500 once a year instead of $300 to cover costs because of increased costs for the winter gear and boots. Those are the those are the 4 changes. Primary change in the contract. Health insurance stays the same. Oh, and Juneteenth is recognized as the official holiday for the town. And previously it was a floater day, but because it's a national holiday now, Juneteenth is recognized as an official holiday for all members of the town. I believe I caught everything on that.
Yeah, you didn't specify if you're taking the floater away because they're getting Juneteenth or if it's an additional holiday.
No, it was specified that Juneteenth would be
The
exchanged
replacement for the floater. That's
Yes, sir.
correct.
Those are the main changes in the contract.
Do we know what the current these current rates are today?
These are the current rates as
Percent
of
less than what they are on the sheet.
today, right there. That's as of.
That's as of today,
That
and
is
then,
today, because
and then
back
voted.
at the
Right, we
beginning
also-
of 2024, the town graciously increased the rates and brought them up to this level, and then this is for 2025, 60% of that.
Gotcha. I think these raises are not good enough. I think they're too small. I mean, considering we just gave out huge raises to everybody in town, I don't think it's very fair to tell the union fellows that they can only get a 2% raise.
They got a 15% last year. That is why they agreed to a 2% this year.
Right, they got a 15% raise last year because we were told we had to get them to even.
Right.
To what
But
the
you
other
voted
folks.
no for that raise. And
Right,
so
I did.
now, a year later, you're concerned about them?
Well, we had to get them to even, right? So now we're at even, and we gave everybody in town huge raises.
No, we didn't give everybody.
So then,
the
I'm sorry, the average raise we gave in the town was 11%, and now we're only giving these guys a 2% raise.
Okay, that is skewed by a couple particular individuals, but the rest, the people received 2%. There was a couple, yes, there were a couple exceptions. Lawyer, yes, we had to jump up on that particular one for Lawrence, and there were a few others who had not received pay increases from the previous year that did get some, but we did not go hog wild, so to speak, on increasing wages. And this was a reflection from the January 24, which is a substantial increase. We also increased the boot and winter gear wear by $200 a year, okay? And then we also increased the one-time signing bonus from $300 to $500. So we are trying to address the needs of the highway department as far as employees going to salary.
I think we're singling out the union guys. I don't think it's good enough.
So
We're giving bigger raises.
are you suggesting to make the raises higher?
But to be even with the other folks in town that got raises this year. The average raise is 11% this year for the town employees.
And
What we
again,
used to go, what
I
we
think
used
your
to
math
do
is wrong.
is we used to take the union rate and keep employees into the union rate. This year we chose not to, which is fine. It's a choice the town board made. But then to not give it to the union, I think is unfair.
and again, I think that's skewed by certain individuals.
Well, the rate, the increase, I don't mean to cut you off, Tom, go ahead. Sorry.
The numbers are skewed because of certain rates that were given to individuals. One was a lawyer, and another people who did not get raises from the previous year, and professional. But that's my feeling. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take up any more time. So then can we go ahead with the vote on the,
Do you want to do it now or do you want to wait till?
any action, but that's.
Yeah.
Right, we have to do it in
I have no
the
more
action
questions.
items. Please.
I have no more
Oh, I'm
questions.
sorry, I misunderstood you, excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, can we move to action items, please? Okay, first item up is approval of resolution number 35. Do you want me to read it, Sue? If you don't mind, let me give you a voice, okay? Resolution number 35-2024, resolution to authorize use of ARPA funds. Whereas on March 11, 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act was signed into law and established the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds, SLFRF program, which is intended to provide support to state, territorial, local, and tribal governments in response to the economic and public health impacts of COVID. And whereas funding of the SLFRF program is subject to the requirements specified in the interim final rule adopted by the U.S. Treasury on May 10, 2021. And whereas the U.S. Treasury has issued compliance and reporting guidance which outlines each recipient's compliance and reporting responsibilities under the SLFRF program. And whereas one of the eligible uses of SLFRF funds as outlined in the Treasury's interim final rule is for general government services to the extent of the reduction in revenue experienced due to COVID-19 public health emergency. And whereas the town of Poestenkill has calculated revenue loss based on the guidance outlined in the Treasury's interim final rule and find the revenue loss to be greater than the 2021 SLFRF allocation. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Poestenkill Town Board hereby authorizes the SLFRF funds to be used for general government services as specified in the attached Exhibit A.
I don't think you have to read all that.
Thank you.
It's part of the record.
Total ARPA funds allocated, obligated, is $120,465. Breakdown as attached.
Second.
Okay, I make a motion in June seconds, please.
Councilwoman Butler,
Yes.
Councilman Brazili,
Yes.
Councilman Haas,
Yes.
Councilman Wallace,
No,
Supervisor Russell.
Yes, please. Okay. Next resolution is resolution number 36-2024. Resolution for the purpose of amending the town Poestenkill's fiscal year 2024 budget and all things generally related thereto. Whereas the town of Poestenkill adopted its operating budget for fiscal year 2024 by the adoption of resolution number 39-2023, and whereas by this resolution, the town of Poestenkill desires and intends to make certain amendments to the budget, and now therefore be it enacted and resolved by the town board of Poestenkill that the town of Poestenkill fiscal year 2024 budget shall be amended by adding $45,662.40 to line number 8320.43, purchase of water. All provisions of the town of Poestenkill fiscal year 2024 budget not changed shall remain as originally approved by the adoption of resolution number 39-2023. I like the motion. Thank you, June.
Councilwoman Butler,
Yes.
Councilman Brazili,
Yes.
Councilman Haas,
Yes.
Councilman Oliver,
no,
Supervisor Russell.
Yes, please. Thank you. Next resolution is number 37-2024. Resolution authorizing budget transfers. Whereas it being necessary for the continued operation of town business, certain budget transfers are necessary, and now therefore be resolved that the town of Poestenkill 2024 budget is herein amended as set forth below. $1,800 from account number 112-201, supervisor salary, to account number 112-401, supervisor secretary salary. Number $650 from number 112-204, supervisor's contractual expense, to number 112-401, supervisor's secretary salary. $860 from 114-404, town engineer contractual, to number 112-401, supervisor secretary salary. $1,850 from 113-154, accounting contractual, to number 113-151, accounting personnel services. $150 from number 113-154, accounting contractual, to number 113-151.1, tax collector personal services. $45 from number 113-154, accounting contractual, to number 113-151.2, deputy tax collector. $85 from number 173-1011, youth personal services, to number 136-201.1, code enforcement clerk. $2,025 from number 114-404, town engineer contractual, to number 151-824, street lighting. $3,215 from number 180-204, planning board contractual, to number 190-608, hospital and medical insurance town hall. I'll put forth the motion. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Frank.
Councilwoman Butler,
Yes.
Councilman Brzezzi,
Yes.
Councilman House,
Yes.
Councilman Waller,
No.
Supervisor Russell.
Yes, please.
Okay, thanks, Emma. I made a mistake on the last vote, because it was, I had it, so up to the town board, I guess I was wondering, I meant to vote yes for the water transfer budget, but we voted on that second, moved up. Is that okay if I change my vote
You can amend the vote.
with the town?
I can't amend the vote, right?
Sorry.
So to amend the vote, do I first have a motion to amend the vote? Okay,
Sorry about
all right.
that.
Okay,
My bad.
Of course I have.
all right, do I have a motion to amend the vote on a resolution number
36.
dash 2024?
I'll make the motion because it was my mistake.
I'll second. Okay, all those in favor of amending the vote on resolution 36-2024?
Okay.
No.
Okay, all right, 4-1,
I was waiting for that.
4-1, okay. Now, all right, we will redo on resolution number 36-2024, if you can, Sue, please.
Councilman Butler,
Yes.
Councilman Brzezzi,
Yes.
Councilman Haas,
Yes.
Councilman Waller,
Yes.
Supervisor Russell.
Yes, please.
Just a note, and I'll stop talking, but the confusion that I had was on the union contracts, not to change my vote, but these are different from what we, right, because we amended the contract in 2024, right? So it's not a big deal, but that's what was throwing me off with these numbers, because this isn't accurate as of today. Right,
No, that was a change.
right, that was changed, yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Sue, I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay, behind a little bit. On resolution 37. Okay, should you just read off what you're showing for the vote on that?
To amend?
No, 37, we're not.
30.
The
It
transfer.
was 4.
It's, yes, 1 no, Councilman Waller.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to make sure my records are right. Thank you. Okay, the next item we have is voting to accept the union contract that was voted on today and to approve it such that the wages will take effect January 1, Wednesday, excuse me. And all other items in the contract will go into effect for the highway employees on Wednesday.
I make the motion to accept the union contract.
Thank you, David.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor of accepting the union contract?
Do we
Probably
need
have to
one
do a
roll?
roll call.
Excellent, yes.
Councilwoman Butler,
Yes.
Councilman Brzezzi,
Yes.
Councilman Haas,
Yes.
Councilman Waller,
No.
Supervisor Russell.
Yes, please.
So you defend their pay and say it's not enough, but then vote no anyway for the rest of the benefits? Would you care to explain why you voted no?
Absolutely.
You're a public figure.
We give raises, what we did last time was we had a 3-year contract. In the midst of the contract, we gave raises. Normally you sign a 3-year contract, you can schedule your bills and your payments. And the town board, we were told we had to do that to remain competitive with other towns, which was fine. The town board had voted in a majority to pass that. And this year, I think everybody knows I was opposed to what I considered high raises that we gave to the town employees. And we used to always go off of the union contract to tell the town employees, hey, we're not gonna give you more than we give the union contracts. And we didn't do that, which is fine. Town board voted a majority of that. But now we should be giving the same kind of raises to the union. Just because they're not asking for it doesn't mean they don't deserve it.
So then you just vote no for the 90 other percent of the budget, or the,
Well, I think the most important thing in any budget is probably what you're getting paid. So that's what I would say. So it's we should be fair across the board.
yeah, but it's kind of hypocritical, don't you think, when you vote no on the pay raise a year prior, and then this year you want to die on the hill of pay raise?
I'm not dying on the hill. I'm not dying on the hill. I have
You
to
are.
vote,
You're using
I
that
get to make
as
the
your
vote, and I have a
soapbox.
vote, so I choose to vote the way I vote.
And
We're
that's your
gonna
right.
be fair,
That's
we
what
should be
you're
fair across the
Okay,
board. I don't
gentlemen,
think it's
gentlemen,
arrogant.
just one.
If we're gonna be fair, we should be fair to everybody. I think we're being unfair to the
True.
union.
Well, you're using them tonight as a leverage point to make your point about this whole big pay raise at the town hall. You're not doing it because you care about the highway guys.
I don't.
You vote
Wait,
no on
wait a
just about every highway.
I don't care about the union guys.
I'm pretty certain.
I
Gentlemen,
don't care
please,
about
gentlemen,
whether or not I
gentlemen, please,
care about the union guys.
We
You
can
tell me.
talk.
I
Gentlemen,
just told
please,
you that. You
gentlemen,
I
please,
don't think you care about the highway guys.
No, well, why not? Why don't?
gentlemen,
I
please.
don't think you care about
No,
it.
no,
You vote
tell me
no
you
on
don't.
every
Don't tell me
single
you
thing.
think.
You sit there
Tell
and
me
trash them.
you said you don't.
You
So tell me
use them in
what-
executive session as leverages saying you want to pay them to stay home.
What about things executive session?
Wait,
Yeah,
gentlemen,
we shouldn't be doing
please,
that.
gentlemen, please, can we talk this out one-on-one?
I'm
outside
talking
of
about it
the-
right now on the record.
Please.
I don't care. I think you pay
I don't
air
think you're
tickets
supposed to
using the
talk
highway
about
guys.
executive session matters on the record, DJ. You might want to look that up.
I think the crux of the problem is that some politicians like to get things said so that it'd be on YouTube.
Yeah.
They can then selectively edit a portion of that, and then they can put it on their Facebook page. I
That's
think
fine.
that's the crux of the
It's
problem.
the same Facebook page that you used like the other day when the speed limit signs went up, and you thanked, all the members that actually.
Who
got
voted?
to
Did I
work.
vote for that, DJ, or no?
Did you vote for what?
For the
For the
camera.
resolution, but who did you
Did I
thank for
vote
that?
for, did I
You
vote
thanked
for the
yourself.
radar? Did I vote for those radars to spend the money?
That's not, we're not talking about radar trailers. I said the 35 speed limit signs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm
that's.
talking about the same thing. You want to, what do we want to call it? The radar
Nope,
things.
incorrect.
Okay, gentlemen,
What is
please,
it?
can we
No,
finish
we're
the
all
meeting?
gonna- What is it?
Gentlemen, can we
We're
please finish
talking
the
about
meeting?
the speed limit.
Guys, this
reduction.
really
Jimmy-
should be done outside.
Jimmy, can we please finish the meeting? Please, Eric, please, let's just finish the meeting, okay? All right, can we now proceed to payment of bills, please?
Sure.
Thank you, David.
I move that we pay the general bills of $7,113.66.
Second motion? All those in favor of paying the general bill?
I'm,
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
nobody else said aye.
Thank you, okay, well, I'm sorry.
I was a little fast on the eye.
You were very fast on the eyes, okay,
I
what's
have
slow?
to slow down on the eye.
Okay, I was too slow, David. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. All those in favor of paying the general bills? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you, David. Please continue.
I move that we pay the highway bills of $22,414.32.
I second the motion. All those in favor of paying the highway bill, 22,414.32?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstaining? Thank you very much. 5-0.
I move that we pay the water district number 1 bill of $47,697.40. Oh, do I have an obsolete sheet? Or do you have an obsolete sheet?
I don't know.
This was given to me just before the meeting. Is this correct?
$0. Let me see. It wasn't,
47,697.
I did make a last minute change.
Oh,
You don't have an updated sheet.
I don't.
Nope, that was the one that had changed.
Jeez. I thought it was put into my packet.
You must have. Nope, Tom doesn't either.
I have 48,324.
That's the one.
All right, Junior, you read.
Yes, it's, and there's a dollar sign. That's how you're gonna read it.
You move the bill.
Okay. Water district number 1, $48,324.70.
I'll second it.
70.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, David. All those in favor of paying water district number 1 bill of 48,324.70?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? 5-6. Thank you very much, one and all, for that. Okay, public comment session? Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry.
please,
I just asked her.
take your time, Susan. That's okay,
Not
Susan.
that much time.
Best you say that, thank
I have a question regarding the ARPA funds. You didn't go line by line as to how they were going to be allocated. or,
Do you need a copy of the sheet?
may I?
Yeah.
That's all I need. I'd like to see the, how it all broke down.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I hope
And on behalf of the folks who are living on top of that mountain, thank you, DJ. You and your guys continue to go above and beyond. Thank you.
This is true. All right. I thank everyone for their input regarding the organizational meeting and changes. And we'll work on those to get it, to fill it out. And we're going to have an organizational meeting next Thursday night, the 9th, at 7 PM, in addition to our regular meeting.
Tom's bringing coffee and sandwiches.
Or bagels and cream cheese.
Any separate?
Start time gonna be at 7?
7 o'clock, yes, sir.
Tom, I thought they had to be separate meetings. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the organizational always had to be its own meeting. That's why we did it separate.
Okay, that I will have to check with Ian on that. And, excuse me, I'm not that well versed on organizational being a separate meeting, but I will check on that. I'll send that. I have a couple questions going out to Ian regarding the organizational items on the organizational meeting minutes, and I'll come back with the response.
We did have it scheduled for this coming Thursday, but things, there's a couple board members that didn't know that. And salaries haven't been posted.
So I will find out what your answers are for that.
If we do have to have it separate, do you want to decide on
We could have it separate, just have it at 6.
Yeah, 6 o'clock would work fine.
Yeah, the day didn't bother me. I'm just curious.
Just a separate
meeting.
We start at 6.
Right, start at 6 and then close and then do regular.
Then
Okay, we'll run on the table. Dave, does that work with you? Eric, does that work with you? Sure. June, does that work with you?
Yeah.
Does your work schedule?
Yeah.
You sure? Thank you, Frank.
That's fine. I'm good.
Is that tentative until you talk to Ian, or is that an absolute?
6 o'clock is tentative. Right?
Yeah, you might say we can have it all together. I don't know.
I will find out and get an answer.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir, David.
I'm happy to.
I know that, David. That's why you're putting forth the motion to adjourn.
That's right.
I'll second that motion.
Enough of this foolishness.
Okay, all those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? A happy new year to everybody, and thank you very much for your attendance. Congratulations to you.
Mr. DJ.
Huh? How long? For what?
Anniversary.
38 years.
Today's your anniversary.